looking for more evidence?
No, I was just thinking we could take another look. You know, just in case.
Okay, sure. But
Don't even ask, Marty.
you're really becoming sentimental.
One more word and I swear I'm...
Yep, I'm gonna shut it. You know, Sonny, when we entered the room and saw the girl,
Deborah.
yeah, her body, I called you every name in the book inside my head. I just had enough, you know? I wanted to quit.
What kept you with me? Was it just curiosity?
No. I just wanted to see your downfall, boss. I wanted to be there when you met your end, get humiliated or even shot.
Wow. Well, thanks for your honesty, Marty.
But then everything changed on the ship.
On the ship? Why there?
I don't know. Being tied up with you, waiting for certain death. I know I lashed out at you, but in truth, I felt there was no place I'd rather be. It was my place on that fucking burning ship with you, even if we both died there. Know what I mean?
I think I do, Marty. I think I do.
So, I guess there's nowhere to go but forward, huh?
Nothing left to do but kill a rat. As the chicken police.
For the last time?
For the last clucking time, partner.
Swear?
I swear.
All right. Let's hit the road.
Pythoni Marti sokáig játszotta a hülyét, látta. Ként bukott a nagy Santino Featherland. Igazából meg tudom érteni és megértem. Utolsó kérdőjel van. Jó, de hova akarnak?
You know, Sonny, few places are as cozy as the hop dog at dawn.
You have a point.
The silence, the fog, the sunshine slowly devouring the sleeping city.
The smell.
Yeah, the Cobbler District has its own distinctive aroma, that's for sure.
It seems Zip is ready with the first batch of coffee.
That's waiting only for us, my friend. Well, he's out. He's brave indeed. Or an idiot.
They're often the same, Marty.
De nem értem,
And you
a
should
rezidencia az a hétvégi ház, de nem az a hétvégi ház.
Hello, Zip. I see they kicked you out.
You know, Sonny. They told me I could stay in there for 48 hours if I wanted.
Well, maybe you should have done that.
Shit, I had enough. Fuck it. You understand? When you interrogated me, you opened my eyes. I don't give a shit about him, about Wessler and his henchmen. Let them come if they want. It's not gonna be easy for them. You can be sure of that.
That's the Zip we know and love.
Thanks, Marty. So, why you here?
One last coffee before the end.
Are you going to get him?
We don't have a choice, Zip. We're grabbing the rat by the tail. No screwing around. No playing it nice.
Ah, I see Ibben's really got to you.
Just Sonny. I'm like this all the time.
Yeah, that's true. And what do you expect will happen when you get there?
They'll either let us in, or we'll blow open the doors and go in guns blazing.
Well, I'm not sure you know what you're up against, boys, but it's your funeral. I'm just glad I got to know the legendary chicken police.
Hey, don't write us off yet.
I'm just getting ready for all possibilities, Marty. Hey, chicken coppers.
Yeah, Zip?
Take care of your feathers for me, okay?
Will do, Zip.
worry. I'll protect this smelly old bird.
Ó, és eltűnt a a gitárista. De most hol fazanyádba kéne menni? Most mit kéne csinálni? Hát... Még ez mi? És itt még egy kérdőjel, csak... Mi a fasz?
Should I say it?
I know, Sonny. I can still get out.
But you won't.
On the beak.
Thanks, pal.
Forget about it. I'd be bored to death otherwise. You know, pulling the trigger was the toughest decision of my life.
You mean when you shot me?
Yeah.
But it wasn't hard, because you thought you'd kill me.
Not at all, Sonny. I knew you'd survive. I wanted it to be a permanent injury and hurt like clucking hell. But I knew that everything would change from then on.
That something was gonna break between us?
Yeah. And that I was never gonna be the same either. With that shot, I also gunned down who I was, you know?
It really did hurt like...
I know.
I almost bled to death.
Almost was the goal.
And?
Almost was the goal.
You managed to forgive me since then?
Well, what hurt me wasn't what you did. I mean, of course it did, but what hurt the most was you not trusting me. That you didn't believe me.
Not until you pulled the trigger. At that moment, I knew you were right. Ah, cluck.
Yeah, cluck. All right, enough sentimental crap. We have an insane rat waiting to be put behind bars, and a woman you gotta get.
What?
Come on, Sonny. Even a blind bat can see it.
Oh, well, cluck again.
Yep.
A francba is sehol sem lennék nélkül az partner, vagyis de még az a valószínűleg a Times folyó fenekén. Ezt még mindig nem tudjuk, csak nem értem, hogy ez mire jó. De mi a faszt vár még a játék most? Most mit kéne csinálnom?
Wow.
No.
Oh. It's a little outdated, but I understand why you're so attached to it.
It can pierce the skin of a rhino, Marty, and the rust brings back memories. I'm a man of bad habits.
You know, sometimes I feel like I'm one of your bad habits.
Rest assured, Marty, you are.
Ah, Her Majesty Bertha II.
Bertha
My drumstick still hurts every time I see it.
Be glad you're alive. Bertha rarely leaves witnesses. You think you'll need your fake badge?
I never needed a badge, Marty.
What a punch.
It's more like a kind of good luck charm. It reminds me of who I should be.
And?
No, Marty, not really.
If we survive this, can we crack this open?
I'd rather keep it for a really special occasion.
You're saying I'm not special enough?
Joking. If we survive this, we'll drink it to the last drop.
Now you're talking. If our theory's correct, this photo will hurt more than a bullet.
That's the plan.
Do you think that'll be enough?
Enough evidence. Not in the slightest. That's why we go unannounced.
And with big guns.
Exactly.
I like this new Sonny.
There is no new Sonny. Just the old ones had enough.
Szóval...
Do you think that'll be enough?
Enough evidence. Not in the slightest. That's why...
And with big guns.
Bejelentés nélkül.
There is no new...
Jó, de akkor... Mégis hova faszomba te?
So, you're going now to confront Mr. Whistler?
We have no other choice, Lewis. We're gonna see it through to the end. We've already come this far.
You're brave, gentlemen. I'm honestly impressed.
Well, the rabbit's onto something.
This isn't about money. Not about courage or pride either. It's simply...
Stubbornness.
mostly, yeah.
The Hotel Atlas.
Do you remember that case with the goat?
Which one?
When that demented wolf devoured the kids of a young goat mother.
Hú,
And in revenge, she cut open his stomach and filled it with rocks.
I
VTF.
remember. I'll never forget it. Hell, that was a slaughterhouse. As far as I know, she even took the remains of the kids with her. But how did
Jézusom.
that come to mind?
This was that shop. The goat mother was running it. They found the dead wolf.
This? This one exactly? Good gods.
God, és azt
before it
mondom.
was closed down, when there was still some life here. Not even that now. Just the void.
Yeah. Spooky place, that's for sure.
Still, I love to live here.
Sonny, you're creepy.
És akkor ki a faszommal beszéljek én?
I just realized. Ibn at the Czar Club.
Yes, Marty. Albert's been Ibn for a long time now. Do you remember what Natasha said about
That he's been acting strange recently?
Exactly. Like he's not himself anymore.
Aha, ezért.
It was almost hitting us in the face, huh?
Don't blame yourself, Marty. We couldn't have figured that out just by ourselves. The whole story's too twisted for that. Who knows, Marty? It's not up to us. It's mostly not up to us.
Yeah, right. Do you think the asylum was in on it? I mean, covering up Albert's disappearance?
You know that reptiles give me the creeps. One of them even set fire to that ship. But oddly enough, the doctor seemed honest to me.
He seemed like a patient to me. Seriously, I thought everyone was crazy in that place.
Huh?
Yeah. Whoever fights monsters should see to it that in the process, he doesn't become a monster.
Are you still talking about the doctor?
Good question.
So, what's the plan? We shove the letter in our theory in his face and see what happens?
Something like that, Marty. I think our presence will be enough for the truth to come out.
I really hope you're right, Boss Bird.
We have no other choice. So I hope so too.
Do you think it's a love triangle? I mean, could Natasha love Albert as well?
Good question, Marty. But I don't think so. When I first spoke to Natasha, she told me she loved it
Durva sztori
in her
meg.
own way.
In her own way, huh? And could she love two rats in her own way?
Maybe. Maybe she even suspected the truth, but didn't dare admit it, even to herself.
Na végre új helyszín, bazd.
So, what do you think now that it's clearer?
I don't know, Marty, but I believe Natasha didn't mean to be bad. Not intentionally, at least.
Az majd kiderül
I'm
mindjárt.
not as sure if that is you are, boss, but we'll find that out pretty soon, I guess.
I think Natasha was very much aware that wherever she goes, disaster follows her. But it's not her fault, and she can't do anything about it. There are people like that.
Really? You don't say. Someone remarkably similar came to mind right now.
You mean me, right?
Who can even read minds?
Maybe you're right, Marty. Maybe you're right.
Na, itt az idő, gyerekek. El kell indulni az utolsó küldetésre. És nincs mese, nincs kegyelem. Az utolsó Wessler Residency. Egy szemkápráztató kúria valahol a világ vége felé félúton. Na, hogy kell egy ilyen. Ha már milliómos gangster vagy, nem igaz? Hát igen. Hát még azért nem derült ki. Ez az utolsó. A Wessler bírt. Na, let's go. Itt az
The
idő az
sun was
Endgame-nek.
shining, and all the ducks were in a row. I felt ready. The pieces of the grand puzzle were laid out on the table. I just needed to piece them all together. A revealing glance or a careless word, and I'd have the answer. I knew we were in the right place. I knew it was nearly over. Was Natasha really just a victim? Or did she know everything? Was she controlling the puppets from behind the curtain? Well, if you don't know where to go, go straight ahead. What could possibly go wrong?
Ez majd mindjárt kiderül.
Here I am, Natasha. I hope you're waiting for me.
Furry gods. I knew he was rich, but wow.
Half the city is in his hands, Marty, and half the Council of 12.
I think we'll catch a big fish today.
Don't count your chickens. I'm sure Wessler's expecting us, and Natasha too.
You hope?
If I'm right, she could be our only chance of survival.
Lovely prospects, huh?
I've had worse.
Really?
Hey, not so fast, chickens. Please excuse my partner. We didn't mean to be rude, it's just his terrible habits. As you may already...
Ah, look what the cat dragged in.
Funny, I don't recognize them.
Well, maybe if they had some guns with them? Tommy guns?
Oh yeah, now I remember. The two suckers in the luxury van you shot to pieces. Twice.
Exactly.
What are you doing here, chickens? Would you like us to finish what we started?
We'd love to have fun with you boys, but we need to talk to your boss. And while we're at it, the lady of the house is also expecting us.
Is that so?
Yeah, that's so horny.
In that case, I guess there's no reason for us to waste your precious time. Isn't that right, Gabriel? Get the hell out of our sights while there are still feathers on your skin.
Elég könnyebben engedtek, na.
Easy, pal. We're not even here anymore. Until next time, boys. This must lead to Wessler and Natasha's suite.
Let's get the big guns out and kick the door down.
No need for that, Marty. We'll wait until they invite us in, like real gentlemen. Then maybe we'll need the guns. But I hope it won't come to that.
Oh, my trigger finger's itching, Sonny. Someone's gotta pay.
Relax, Marty. Someone is gonna pay.
Yeah, just don't let it be us. Ah, what a pleasant surprise. Hello, Olivia. Sweetie.
Get lost.
What did you say, ma'am?
Turn around and get the hell out of here now, if you want to make it out with feathers intact.
Come on, Olivia. Don't worry about us. We know what we're doing.
Martin,
Huh?
don't you get it? You have to get out of here or you'll be in danger, and also her.
Do you mean Natasha? Please calm down, miss. We have to talk to Mr. Wessler and Miss Katsenko.
You really don't understand, do you?
Meggyőzt.
What do they not understand, Olivia?
Új.
So, what is it exactly that our guests don't understand?
I was trying to tell the detectives that Mr. Wessler's very tired and doesn't welcome guests this early. He gets rather irate if he's being disturbed at this hour.
I'm sure Mr. Featherland and Mr. McChicken can wait here while Ibn refreshes himself. I'll entertain them until then.
Thank you, Miss Katsenko.
Please, Sonny, I thought we've already discussed this. Call me Natasha.
Please, Natasha, can we talk to you in private?
Martin? It's all right, Olivia. These gentlemen are my friends.
Yes, Miss Katsenko.
The truth is, Ibn isn't really in a good shape today, gentlemen. He's rather furious. Are you sure this can't wait?
You commissioned us, Natasha, and we barely escaped with our combs intact.
So you know who left the threats?
Oh, we know much more than that, Natasha. We even know where you used to work. We talked to Madame Zavas.
Wild gods!
Why didn't you tell us?
Do you think it's easy for a woman to talk about such things, that she used to be an escort?
Escortként.
Along with Molly?
So you know.
Yeah, I know, Natasha. I also know all of this was a trap.
Believe me, I tried to handle things the least painfully I could. You weren't even supposed to know.
A lot shouldn't have happened. Poor Deborah shouldn't have had to die.
Dear sweet Deborah.
Cold, stiff Deborah.
Please don't say that.
A price worth paying?
You cannot think I had anything to do with that. You just cannot.
I don't know, Natasha.
Please, Sonny, tell me, what is going on?
You have to know, right?
Please.
Excuse me for making you wait, detectives. I'm having a rough morning after a long night.
Is that so? Our night was also kinda long.
To put it mildly.
I was just telling the gentlemen that you were exhausted, my dear, and they should come back another time. I'll escort them out.
Oh, honey, no need for that. My door's always open to the legendary chicken police. Please, come on in, guys. Let's talk in my room.
Then this way, please.
You just stay here, my darling. I'm sure our conversation will bore you to death. Please, go and refresh yourself, or tell Olivia to go make some coffee.
Oh.
Yes, dear. Whatever you like.
Please, follow me, gents.
Lead on, Wessler. So long, sweetheart.
Goodbye.
Aha.
Impressive bed. Looks cozy.
Sure is better than a cell.
That's right, Marty.
I'm not sure I understand, gentlemen.
We'll see about that. This estate is rather impressive, Mr. Wessler.
Well, thank you.
I suppose it took years and years of cumbersome work to build.
Yeah. As you say, Mr. Featherland, I'm rather proud of it.
You should be. Whoever built this place has a reason to be proud of himself.
Are you trying to say something?
No, just thinking aloud.
So, what do you want to know? I've heard you've been through a rather eventful few days.
Azt nem is kétséges.
Oh, you have rather good informants.
Yeah, that's true. I should tell you, I see and hear everything that happens in the city. And you are exceptionally resilient. No offense.
None taken. But tell me, are we gonna flatter each other for a long time, or are we finally done with the courting?
Straight to the point. I like it. Yeah, so let's continue like that, shall we? What do you want? How dare you intrude upon me in my own house?
Oh, forgive us. Our moral compass has been confused a little bit after someone tried to kill us several times in the last 48 hours. With fire, with machine guns. I could go on.
And while we're at it, you could answer some of our questions. If you've nothing to hide, you've nothing to fear.
And then we'll just leave you alone.
All right. I'll go along with your childish little game. I would have had a long and tedious day ahead of me anyway. So, can we start?
With pleasure, Mr. Wessler.
Na vét. Még mielőtt elkezdenénk mindent, Natasha megpróbált elküldeni minket A Wessler birtoka, de miért féltett volna minket? Vagy valami egészen más oka volt rá? Olivia megpróbálta hajtani őket Wessler kurja, furcsa, de mintha aggódott volna értünk. Mindig nem tudom mi a fasz, hogy ki ez. Hogy mit vesztettünk el.
I have no idea what she sees in you, but Natasha's been seriously worried about you.
Yeah, she, really worries more than usual, but it's understandable. Those disgusting messages.
Disgusting, all right. Do you know why that word exactly? Why did they write that specific word everywhere?
Since you've been to the Nile, I guess you know the answer to your question.
Didn't it bother you, Wessler, what Natasha used to do? Surely it must have upset you.
Why? Did it upset you when you discovered your wife did the same thing?
What did you just say?
What did you think, chicken? That I didn't know? Yeah, don't make me laugh. I know about everyone who ever set foot in that place. I can even tell you who Molly's regulars were, if you're interested.
You son of a bitch.
Sonny, don't.
Yes, detective?
Not yet.
You're right, Marty. It's not worth it.
You're funny, you know that?
About the painting.
Yeah. My brother Albert made it. He's a great talent, but, still, he's a rather troubled individual.
Such self-criticism.
What did you say?
My partner means that you and your brother are very much alike. Identical twins, if I'm not mistaken.
Indeed. But,
Szintén szóval egy kicsit azt vártam, hogy mivel nem játszottunk már finoman, mert mit tudom, és bejövünk, azt szétlövünk mindent, de hát nem így történt.
We'll get to that. Don't worry, Mr. Wessler. So Albert made the painting at your request, is that right? And the one that's in Natasha's room in the Tsar, too.
yeah, exactly. Is that a crime?
No, it's not a crime in itself. This picture, it's rather strange, you know?
Why do you think so? It's just me, Natasha, and my brother.
The photo doesn't tell much in itself, yes. But if you already have the right information, suddenly it starts to talk.
Really?
He fell in love with her.
Who do you mean?
Albert, of course. He fell in love with Natasha. All those sessions while he was painting the pictures. Were you there every time?
You mean, me?
You.
No, I mean, while Albert was painting, yeah, but I wasn't there all the time. Albert was there.
And do you think he could
All the
have fallen
time.
in love with Natasha? That's why he escaped? What do you think happened to him? Who tore out his tongue?
I have no idea.
Did Natasha know about what happened to your brother?
No, of course not.
Do you love beautiful things, Wessler?
Why do you ask that? Yeah, of course.
You were afraid of losing her, weren't you?
Stop. Enough. If you want to ask something, ask clearly. Don't play with me. You understand?
We're just doing our job.
Then do it clearly. And quickly. Yeah, I'm really starting to lose my patience.
We visited Albert's cell and found something he seems to have forgotten to take with him in his...
That's a big mistake.
A classic, even.
What the hell are you babbling about?
This is Albert Wessler's love letter to Natasha,
More like a confession.
in which he tells her he's capable of doing anything for her, even the most horrible thing.
Yeah, this letter doesn't prove anything at all. Albert is mad. Insane. He's not, normal. No one would believe his word, don't you understand?
But they believe yours, right? Because you're not Albert Wessler. You're Hobart Ibn Wessler, aren't you? How good it feels to be in his skin.
How dare you?
Just tell him, Sonny. I'm getting tired of this.
You're just a cheap fake, Albert. You couldn't follow in your brother's footsteps even if you wanted to. No matter how hard you tried, you couldn't get Natasha either. Am I right?
What? What did you just say?
She hates you, doesn't she? She doesn't know. She doesn't understand why. But she hates you. It's instinctive.
Yeah, what do you know? What could you possibly know about suffering and loneliness and that darkness? What could you know about hate? Huh?
Mehet a kihallgatás, gyerek. Utolsó valószínűleg. Oh-oh. Nincs itt
Albert
kihallgatás.
is an imposter. He's not who he says he is, and might not even know who he really is. I have to concentrate on this first, to soften him up, and to avoid us being shot in the gizzard, of course.
Mégis mit gondol Albert? Meddig tarthatja mindezt
What were you
titokba?
thinking, Albert? How long did you think you could keep it up?
Until the end of my life, if needs. Yeah, I cared about nothing except for her to love me. Not for who Ibn was, but for who I am.
Why did you think that would happen? Everybody noticed the change.
Yeah, I knew it would be hard, Santino. But I also knew animals see what they want to see. I didn't have to behave like Ibn. They only had to believe I'm him.
Hirdetett úgy, hogy átveszi a testvér helyét, mindenkit a mocskos kis ujjai köré akar csavarni, nem igaz?
Why did you decide to take your brother's place?
Yeah, as you're curious, from the moment I laid eyes on Natasha for the first time. But I had to convince myself that this was the only way.
You've never talked about your feelings for Natasha with your brother, am I right?
Are you insane? Yeah, Ibn would have had me killed immediately. And no one would ever know.
So instead, you've done the same thing, haven't you? What a comfortable excuse.
Comfortable? Do you think all of this was just some kind of cruel game for me? I had to destroy the person I loved and respected the most.
Cry me a river.
Yeah, you know, there's only a thin, fragile membrane between love and hate. If anything touches it, it tears immediately. You felt like this before, haven't you? Yeah, I can see it in your eyes.
You can analyze me until the sun goes down, Wessler, but you won't get far with that.
Yeah, evasive answer. So I'm right.
Plusz 15. Elhitte magára valahogy is, hogy ön Ibn Wessler. Miért kellett megcsonkítania Ibnt? Miért nem végzett vele rögtön? Mindenkit a mocskos kis ujjai körül. Ez mondjuk érdekes kérdés, állítom vele.
Why did you have to mutilate Ibn? Why didn't you just kill him immediately?
Ez a szék geci.
That's an interesting question, you see, but the answer is exceptionally simple. No matter how strange it is for you to understand, I loved my brother.
Weird way of showing your love, Albert.
You can't understand that. He was my everything, the only one who was close to me. Until I met Natasha.
She took your brother's place pretty quickly, didn't she? There's not much room in your heart, as I see it.
Yeah, you're understanding the situation, detective, but you know, very well it's not that simple. Ibn was my brother. I loved him despite all of his flaws and foul, petty lies. And that's why I couldn't kill him.
Not immediately, you mean?
Unfortunately, tearing out his tongue wasn't enough. Yeah, I must admit I've underestimated him.
And poking out his eye?
Oh, that was just an accident, Mr. Featherland.
Just an accident? You're a dirty, clucking son of a vermin, Albert.
Please, don't be vulgar, Sonny. It's too dangerous in your current situation, and doesn't even suit you.
So you feel you're two people at the same time, even now?
Most egyszer két személynek érzi magát?
Does it sound crazy? Maybe it is. But Ibn lives inside me. Sometimes he's even stronger than Albert ever was.
Do you think you can avoid the gas chamber with this, Albert?
I don't have to avoid anything, Sonny. You and your friend, will never leave this place.
You're not the cold-blooded killer you'd like to think you are.
Yeah, do you think so? Try me, detective.
Try me, bitch. Miből gondoltam, hogy meg tudja vezetni Natasát? Ennyi volt a terv? Átveszi a helyet és boldogan él, ami meg nem hal. Mit tett volna Natasával, ha rájön? Őt is megöli?
That was your plan. Take his place and live happily ever after.
Why? Isn't it good enough of a plan, Mr. Featherland? It was perfect, even in its imperfection.
Which is?
Ibn's ghost.
His what?
Please don't take it literally, Mr. Chicken. I'm not talking about spirits. When Ibn died, I didn't just take his place, but also his role. He himself, his essence, if you will. Yeah, though I guess that's too much for you to understand.
So you mean Ibn's here with us, even?
He was here all along. Don't you get it? I am Hobart Ibn Wessler.
I must get serious, because looking at the gun in Wessler's trembling hand, I'm afraid I don't have much time. Albert is a cruel psychopath, but maybe I can turn that cruelty against him.
Mikor jött el az a pillanat, amikor eldöntötte?
When was the moment you decided to kill him, Albert?
When I drew the last stroke on that fatal painting, Mr. Featherland. When I glanced at it for the last time, and then at Natasha, who was shivering under the weight of my gaze.
You simply fell in love with her? End of story?
Not in the slightest, Mr. Featherland. Love is, just chemistry. What I felt was more than that.
Everybody thinks that, Albert, but we all feel the same. We're just fools.
No, Mr. Featherland, not at all. At that moment, I knew what I was gonna do. I knew that the world was coming to an end if I didn't do it. It implodes on itself and ceases to exist. I couldn't let that happen. I couldn't.
Let him have her, right? You simply wanted her for yourself.
I wanted her for ourselves, Sonny. I was him by then. He just didn't know it yet.
Ez sok kérdés megint. Úgy élvezte. Mi? Úgy élveztem minden. Forradalomba vezetni. Azt hiszi, hogy utána van mindent megmagyarázni. Úgy lett valami közel. Maga csak egy polcsúnos.
What did you do that made Ibn get you locked up?
That's a sharp turn, detective.
It just came to me, you know? Where did it all start? Where did all the hate and jealousy come from?
Jealousy? What are you talking about?
Oh, come on, Albert. Alone, locked up at the end of the world, while your brother is one of the most influential figures of Clawville, driving an expensive car, living in a mansion, with the city's most desirable woman in his bed. Why wouldn't you be jealous?
Yeah, Albert was jealous of Ibn. Maybe he still is. But I understand why he did it. Albert was beyond control. And
what does that mean exactly?
Albert did our mother wrong. Poor old Mom. She never heard her fly. But Albert couldn't take that she was praising his brother all the time while Albert was just an unsuccessful, foolish, poor painter.
What did you do to her, Albert?
Albert killed her. It looked like an accident, but Ibn knew it wasn't. That was the last straw. Albert had to be locked up, and he agreed. He never said no to his brother.
But he never forgot who did this to him either.
Ibn was really good to him. Visited him every week. Did everything he could. Even introduced Natasha in the end.
And that was his downfall.
Both of them, Sonny. And yours, too.
Did you hate Ibn or yourself more, Albert?
Albert hated himself the most ever since he was born. He idolized Ibn. But every time his brother stood before him, he saw what he could have been himself if he had enough strength. But he didn't. Albert had always been a coward, a pitiful nobody.
And now?
Finally, there's no more Albert. And no more Ibn either. It's only me, and for both of them, I'm perfect.
Can it be that the fear is making you say these things, Albert?
Stop calling me that.
I have to call you something. What should I call you? What name should I use?
I don't know anymore. I don't...
I'm very close to breaking him. But if I'm too hard on him, I could quickly be signing my death warrant. It's time to dig a little bit deeper and uncover Wessler's wounds.
Natasha kedves volt magával, igaz? Túlságosan kedves. Ha van magában már gerinc. Van magában még gerinc, a saját fejéhez tartja.
Natasha was kind to you, right?
Natasha was, simply amazing, gentle, kind, lively, but still so, distant.
You're telling me.
It's like she was from another world. A world where everything's full of charm and grace and everything's fragile and delicate. Do you understand?
I think I do, yes.
I knew Albert's touch would harm her. Albert is rough. Albert can't keep such a delicate thing in his arms.
That's why you had to become Ibn, am I right?
I didn't take Ibn's place, Mr. Featherland. I became one with him, can't you see? It's the only way I could comprehend and accept the miracle that was Natasha.
Was?
I think I've corrupted her. She's not that gentle and pure creature I painted on the canvas anymore. I ruined her. She became rotten under my hands.
Maybe it's not too late, Albert. Tell her the truth and
Nem
end
fogja,
this.
miért van bele?
No. You can't understand this. She can't either. I killed Ibn, but he also killed me, can't you see? We're nothing without each other.
You can't be two people at the same time, Albert. Nobody can bear the weight of the sins of two souls.
Ibn loved her. I admired her. Ibn was crazy about her. I've been crazy for a long time. Ibn idolized her, and I hated her. And if there's anything more blind, more devoted, more extreme, and more true than love, it could only be hate, Mr. Featherland. It's an endlessly exciting, thrilling, and warm feeling. And infinitely red. Just like love.
You know you're not going to be able to go through with it, right? That you won't be able to carry the weight. But you still did it. Why?
Yeah, if I didn't kill him and become one with him, Albert would have died, Mr. Featherland.
And the threats? Which one of you was that? Albert or Ibn? Who wrote them? And which one of you killed Deborah?
In my world, Ibn and I are inseparable. Just like love and hate are one and the same. And I hate Natasha so much that I could destroy myself along with her, just so she would die with me. Are you familiar with this feeling, Mr. Featherland?
More than life itself.
You see? We're not so different after all.
You and I have nothing in common, Wessler. You know why?
Why, Mr. Featherland?
Because if I were in your shoes, I would have pulled the trigger a long time ago.
Goodbye, Sonny.
So long, Albert.
60 szolgált. Jó, egy 4-es csillag meg lett az utolsóra. Fontos nyom, Albert maga, Ibn Wessler, az őrült testvér átvette fivére helyét, és most megpróbálja elvarni a szálakat. Ha nem kapjuk el, most könnyen lehetek el. Lesz a bimbambó. Hát a titus meg bedurrant a titus.
So, you heard everything.
I heard
Nem
everything.
akartam mondani, de valahogy sejtettem, hogy ez lesz amúgy, de... Gondoltam, ki tudja még azért.
I'm sorry you had to find out like this.
And thank you. If it weren't for you,
Yes, both of you would be dead, I know. But believe me, I still thought carefully before firing.
About who to target?
You know, I truly loved Ibn.
But this man wasn't him. You felt it, didn't you?
Maybe I even knew it. I don't know. But I still can't believe it.
It won't be easy to process for any of us.
I'm sorry I dragged you into this. And regarding Molly,
the cops. But how? How do they know?
I have no idea, Marty.
do not look at me. I did not call them.
Olivia?
Don't worry, Natasha. They won't lay a finger on you. I promise.
Please, Sonny. You don't need to worry about me.
I don't want to be rude, Sonny, but I'm more worried about us than her. Hello, boss.
Hello, boys.
Before you say anything, we can explain.
No need for that, Santino. Monica already told me everything.
Monica?
Hey, boys. What were you thinking? That I would just let you get killed without saying goodbye?
Thanks, Mon. Should we say we owe you one?
You know already, boys. Shoes are my weakness.
Hey, mine too.
Of all this
Oh my
furry, we don't want to hear that. And boys,
Yes, boss.
don't believe you'll get away with it so easily. I want a report on my desk from both of you. With
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
egy hosszú
It'll
kapitál.
all make sense, believe us. Right after I figure out myself what the hell just happened.
What Marty's trying to tell you is that we had good reason to investigate outside the law. But we're sorry.
what happened to you, Sonny? You're sorry? Did you hit your head?
Why does everybody keep asking that?
Why indeed?
So, can we go now, boss? Without getting handcuffed?
Don't give me ideas, Santino.
Thanks, boss.
Natasha megmondott minket, miután Albert már minden szennyesét kiteregett. Szóval itt vagyunk, ennyi volt, vagyis tényleg ennyi lett volna? Monika tudta, mire készülünk, még időben értesítette a fiúkat, de nincs valószínűleg Wesley csatlósai szépen szitává lőttek volna még. Az öreg apró szőrös szíve végül csak még ennyi volt, nem igaz? És mi kellett hozzá? Csak egy gangster birodalom összeomlása, semmi már. Na, vagy Monika, ezért Natasha. Micsoda meglepetés, végül ő húzta meg a ravaszt és mentett meg minket, persze, nélkül nem is került volna el. Ez meg mindig kérdés. Albert őszintén azt hiszi, hogy ő ugyanaz a személy, Wesleyvel. Egy test és két lélek. Nem tudom, mit gondoljak erről az egészről, de egy dolog biztos, Albert egy dühöngő őrült, és minden ára meg kell állni. Albert mindent megtett volna, hogy elkerüljön a felszínre kerülését, de már később volt, Natasha érezte, hogy valami nincs rendben vele. Albert pedig tudta, hogy nem úszhatja meg ilyen egyszerű, halálos. Ezt tudta valami.
So, what now? Where to next?
I think I should mourn, right?
You should.
But I don't know what to feel anymore, Sonny.
I understand, Natasha. You know, if you need anything,
Yes, I know where to find you.
see you around, sweetheart.
Ma'am?
Goodbye, detectives.
How the hell did you find your way here, Tim? Always where the trouble is.
Sometimes I think you're the criminal mastermind behind all the dark dealings in this city.
I wish.
I wish too, Because then we could legally throw you in jail.
I love your sense of humor, Sonny.
I wasn't joking.
So, where did you get the scoop?
Are you kidding me? The whole city's talking about you. You've left quite the mess behind.
That I admit.
Well, it's a miracle that all of the city's smear sheet journalists aren't here already. Oh, while we're at it, will you give me an exclusive interview?
Pluck off, Tim.
Hey.
Thanks again, Mon. If not for you, those furheads would have put holes in us.
No wonder, since you put holes in their boss.
Well, actually, that wasn't us.
Then who was it?
Natasha.
Really? I wouldn't have thought it of her. It's a pleasant surprise.
It was for us too, believe me.
What? Are you waiting for me to change my mind?
No, sir.
Then stop pecking around here.
Yes, sir.
Akkor most hova?
And what about you, Sonny?
I'll go home and sleep. Maybe for 3 days. I'll try to forget.
I'm sorry I dragged you into this. If there's anything I can do.
Hát, plusz valami.
I'm not sorry,
Oh.
Natasha. It's better this way. We find out painful truths, but at least we see clearly now, don't we?
Yes, I think you're right.
Is this a mansion?
Or a small city.
Well, if it comes to hide and seek,
A serious advantage.
Patkány lovag. És itt van Filmar!
One of Wessler's ancestors, maybe.
Wessler's ancestors were poor cobblers. More likely, this represents what he thinks of himself.
I wonder how chivalry is compatible with organized crime.
Eben was planning to leave the underworld.
When his twin brother tore out his tongue, poked out his eye, killed him, and took his place?
Yeah. You. What are you doing here?
I was just driving around.
Trying to feed your grandpa? So? Was it a case? Were you, maybe investigating us?
What can I say, Sonny? Am I busted?
Did someone hire you to follow us?
I just had to keep an eye on you and not get involved. That's all. I admit there were a couple of crazy situations when it was hard not to.
But you managed somehow, right?
A professional's a professional, my friend.
Yeah, thanks. So you won't tell us who hired you, whatever we do?
Unfortunately, I can't, my friend. I made a promise.
You and your promises.
Some people still take them seriously.
You're a real piece of guano. You know that?
Of course. I've learned everything from you, you old fart.
I think I have an idea who hired you, Phil.
Hey, stop it right there. I don't want to know who you think.
Oh, are you afraid your reaction would give...
You wish, pal.
Jó, végigvettük minket.
Just one quote, guys. They say you've taken down the whole Wessler Empire. They say...
I say you're full of shit, Tim, and you can quote me on that.
Mi a fasz? Ennyi volt? Nézd. Oh.
Hey, Olivia.
Marty,
I just, wanted to thank you
For what exactly?
for trying to save us.
I didn't do it only for you, believe me. I loved my job while I had it. Now my employee is dead, so I don't have a job anymore.
I didn't even think of that.
Of course you didn't.
Can I do anything to help?
I think I'll manage. I always do.
If there's anything at all.
Thank you, Martin. There's no need for that.
You're a good boy, Bosco. Nice work.
You know, folks, somebody's gotta take care of the real police work while you're tearing up the city.
Sorry for the mess, Bosco, but you know us.
Yeah, unfortunately, I do.
How did you catch them? After the gunshot, I was sure these two would show up. They have a habit of doing that.
They were already in cuffs before then, Sonny. We were the house surrounded. If you could have hung on, maybe nobody would have died.
Hey, a second longer and it would have been us.
That's your story.
Pluck you sideways, Bosco. Gentlemen,
Gentlemen?
we're honestly very sorry it had to end like this.
Yeah, this peacefully.
Myself, I'm glad, gentlemen. I would have sincerely regretted it if we had to shoot both of you, but unfortunately, that seemed to be the only solution to this rather nasty situation.
Nasty
It
situation.
didn't turn out that way.
Don't think we'll be behind bars for long, chickens. Whistler
Chickens.
may be dead, but his empire still won't crumble.
Oh, look at that. He can talk.
In complex sentences, too.
Yeah, or something like that.
Amazing.
Nice catch, Bosco. You can mount them on your wall as trophies.
Yeah, I wish I could, Sonny.
If there's...
Thank you, Mom.
I hope we'll meet again, gentlemen.
So do I, Shakespeare. And while you're sitting in your cell, you could teach your famous manners to your friend, too.
Maybe I will, Mr. Federer.
I certainly hope so, pal.
So, here they are, ladies and gentlemen. The Chicken Police. In the flesh.
Damn it, Tim. Drop it and cluck off.
Oh, no, boys. This time, you deserve it.
What the cluck did you say, boss?
Stand up straight and try to look like someone who's glad to be alive.
Yes, sir, we'll try.
Ooh, attention Chicken Police. Say cheese.
Cheese. Let's go. The chicken police is back together. Csak 6,5 órába tellett ma. Már abból egy 20 percet le lehet venni, úgyhogy mondjuk itt 6 óra. De meg vagyunk. Vége, igen, vége. Hé, most miért nem dobta ki, hogy moderátor? Miért nem én is ilyen keretedben, hogy moderátor vagy? És ők azok itt a magyar, szépséges magyar emberek, akik csináltak el. Neked ott van? Akkor jó van. Nekem nincs valamiért. Most ott van. Nekem most meg ott van. Nem figyeltél a végére? Amúgy meg. Nem megy itt az Apex a háttérbe, gondolom. Ó, te cicsa! Dehogy. Nem hát. Ugye, amúgy már megvan a legnagyobb szín. Mindjárt folytatjuk egy kis Elden Ringet. Amúgy gondolkodtam rajta, vagy valami multi. Lehet, hogy rocket gyakorlás lenne. Santino, Sonny Federernek és Dr. Quetzalnak ugyanaz volt a hangja. Kedvem támadtam, hogy megnéz egy ilyen noir nyomozós filmet. Ó, igen, jó volt az a játék. Hihetetlen, hogy nem volt az az érzésem itt a végén már, hogy nagyon sok játéknak, mikor egy ilyen nagyobb run csinálok, már a végén az van, hogy tudod, hogy itt vagy a végén, és legyen már végig, menjünk már, legyen vége, de nem volt ez meg. Már csak akkor az ide kezdett idegesíteni egy picit a végén, hogy most mi van még, mit kell csinálnom. Akkor azt jó, oda be kellett menni, akkor azokkal beszélni, akkor beszélsz még többet, és akkor visszajössz, akkor megtörténik minden, aminek kell, de ez ilyen, nem tudom, hogy nem tudod hirtelen, hogy most mi van. De nagyon jó kis game volt. Örülök, hogy ez is felkerül a polcra. Dobby continues? Hát én remélem. Én nagyon remélem. Hoppá.
Natasha,
You were expecting me, weren't you?
I wouldn't say that, but I'm not surprised.
I just wanted to talk to you.
About what exactly?
You know very well.
Really?
What do you think, Natasha? Why didn't she tell me?
Because she loved you.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for you, she may have never left the place. Perhaps she'd still be there.
Ah, sheep shit.
We used to dream about falling in love with a nice man who comes and saves us someday. A knight in shining armor. You know, like in the fairy tales.
And how did that work out for you?
She fell in love with a good guy. I didn't. I envy her.
I'm not that good guy, Natasha. But if it's any consolation, she could have found him. Maybe she's living with him right now. Somewhere on the other side of the world.
Well, goodbye, Sonny.
So long, sweetheart. Hey, Natasha, you have a light?
Oh.
I've been trying to smoke this sorry-ass cig all day.
Ha.
Driving me crazy.
Most figyelj, Mina, most nem menjen.
You don't
Tíz! Na, tíz! Ez a...
Maybe you're right. Maybe.
Végre! Megkaptuk a gyufát. Let's do it! Oh, come on, bro! De semmi nem szívja el. Oh, God. Nem már. Ugyan már. Oh, call me. Ho-ho. Azt hittem azért megengedi, hogy hogy fölhívjam a számot. Na mindegy, hát ennyi volt a Chicken Police. Nem szívtuk el a cigit a végén, végül. Don't do drugs, kids alapon. Na, hát ez remek volt. Nagyon tetszett. Nagyon jó volt. Élveztem. Végül csak meg lett egy nap alatt, vagy hát másfél. Ez a Natasha gyalós nekem. Hát ott volt valami, oda volt írva. A száma. Az most az ő száma volt, vagy a Molly, azt nem tudni. De hát na. Az már lényegtelen. Na, köszönöm szépen mindenkinek, aki közben benézett, aki itt volt. Köszi Mina megint. Még mindig. Örök hálám. Mindig is az lesz. Nem tudom, hogy csináljunk még este, mert már elég sokat játszottam, most már holnapra is készülgetni kell, meglátjuk majd. Még lehet, hogy Apex-ezünk, amúgy nem, vagy nem. Tudom. Meglátjuk. Na jó van. Jó éjszakát, vagy szép délutánt, vagy ami van. Uha! Mármint még uha. Az Apex, vagy micsoda? Jaj. Jó volt. Semmi jó volt akkor. Ne is mondd el, nem is vagyok rá. De jó van, további szép estét. Nem tudom, hogy lesz-e még valami, de addig is. Pá.